Yes, it is fine if you do the 100 hours. Somebody asked, by the way, is it okay to do all the 100 plus hours at the same place? So it is okay. Just also keep in mind that you shouldn't like have like 300 hours in just one place, just because there's so much you can learn by shadowing. So there's a point at which you're just seeing the same, you're just doing hours without really learning anything. So I would have, if you can, especially now, if you can switch offices, that would be better, because different dentists work, different ways, and they do different things, and the scope of the practice might be a little bit different. So I would advise you to switch if you can, but honestly now just take what you can. Okay. So yeah, that's like I was saying before, like think about it this way. These dentists don't get anything from letting you shadow. They literally open the doors of the business for your own personal gain. So they're doing a huge favor to us as students. So, the least we can do to show gratitude is to be respectful and mindful of their time, of their practice, of their business, of their staff, so just of their patients, of course. So just when you get there, act professionally, just be a normal, adult with, manners. Just a normal person, act professionally, greet everybody. If a patient interacts with you, be nice, be kind, dress appropriately, show respect for the opportunity that they're giving you. And also another thing, like sometimes there's some patients who don't really like the fact that you're there observing the procedure. Remember that most people, 90% of people, are very scared of the dentist, so they might be, very anxious and they don't want you there in the room. If by any chance, that happens to you, just don't take it personal. Just leave the room, step out, like be kind about it, just smile, like it's okay, no worries, and just step out. You have many chances to, see the procedure or, shadow other procedures. So just don't take it personal. Okay. It might happen to you. So just, all right. So another important thing is that you call the office every single time that you're going to go shadow before going, either the day before or before you leave your house. So always call, because sometimes the dentist has some sort of emergency and couldn't go, or maybe they don't have any patients scheduled for those times. So just make sure that you call. And if by any reason you cannot go because you're sick or whatever, life happens, 1 week you might not be able to go, that's fine, but make sure that you call the office and let them know that you're not going, because that way you are showing respect, you're showing like you care about that that's important for you, and that you're being mindful of that. So make sure that you always contact them before going. That's very important. And if you cannot go by any reason, call them to let them know. Should we present ourselves to the patient every time, or just when they seem uncomfortable? So it depends. Some people won't even look at you, like you don't exist, so just don't talk to them. If the patient like is looking at you like kind of like, what is this person doing here, just introduce yourself. Just think about the main point of focus in the room is the patient. So whatever you can do to make them feel more comfortable with your presence there, by all means do it. And the dentist is going to appreciate that, and that's going to reflect good in you. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Where can I find shadowing opportunities in Fort Lauderdale and Boca Raton? Okay, so we usually had an office in, I believe it was Davie. It was in Fort Lauderdale. I know it was in Fort Lauderdale. So unfortunately, they're not willing to have students shadow as of right now. Maybe next semester is a different story, but as of right now, you're not going to be able to shadow there through us. The doctor probably will tell the patient that you are student shadowing. Sometimes the doctor does. Honestly, it depends from doctor to doctor, but yeah, sometimes that happens. Yeah. All right. So as far as the sign-up form goes, I will open that tomorrow at 9 a.m. You will be able to find it on the Panther Connect under forms. So if you log into Panther Connect right now, you won't be able to see it because it's not available. So it will be available tomorrow at 9 a.m. So on that form, you're gonna enter your top 3 choices, the 3 offices and time slots that work for you. It can be up to 3, but it doesn't have to be 3 mandatory. Like, it can be 1. If only 1 works for you, that's fine. Just put 1. If only 2 work for you, then just put 2. But the maximum number of choices that you can have are 3. All right. And also very important is that you enter the name, not only the name of the dentist, but the time slot that works for you. If you just, like, all the 3 offices that we have different time slots. So if you just put the name of the dentist, I don't have a way to know what's the time that works for you. So make sure that you put the name of the dentist and the time slot that works for you, okay? And also, I wanted to talk about today about this people who I discovered on Instagram. Well, actually, another member told us about them. So it's they're called dental shadowers, and they're offering this virtual shadowing sessions. So I think it's a pretty cool opportunity for doing online shadowing. They're gonna start doing these sessions on October 6th. So tomorrow, I believe they're gonna send the first email, with all the details about the first session that they're gonna have. So in order to receive that email, you have to sign up for emails. So the way you do it, we posted Instagram stories today with all the instructions, but it's pretty simple. You just go to their Instagram, and then you click this link, and then you fill out the form, and that's it. And if you guys don't get a chance, of getting a shadowing position, you can take advantage of these type of opportunities. And also, in the Pre-Dental Society, we are doing Q&As with doctors as well. I don't know if you guys attended last week's Q&A that we had with Dr. Gardner, which was awesome. We have another Q&A that we're gonna let you know about. That's gonna happen pretty soon. We'll tell you the details when we have them. But yeah, keep track of those, since those are good ways to make up for the fact that you can shadow if you don't find an opportunity on your own, or you can do it through us. Let me see the chat. So, in normal circumstances, somebody asked, do you think it's better to call or go in person to find shadowing opportunities? In normal circumstances, I would say go, because it's always better if they see your face and the way you portray yourself and all that. But honestly, right now, I would say call first, just in case. Do we need to present a resume to the dentist listed in the shadowing list? Not at all. You don't need to do that. You just sign up for whatever spot you want. And if it gets assigned to you, you just start going next week, by the way. I'm going to talk about that now, about when you can start going for each of the offices.
Actually, some offices, they need the resume. Personally, I was shadowing at one of the offices in the list, and they wanted my resume, and I had an interview with the dentist. So I think it depends.
So we used to have 2 offices that needed to interview the student before, but neither of them want student shadowing right now. So for the 3 offices that we actually have this semester, none of them require that. So don't worry about that for this semester, at least. Is there an outline of a resume to present? So no, you don't need to, like I said, you don't need that. If you don't get, like I said, if you get a shadowing position through us and you want to look for shadowing positions on your own, maybe having a resume might be helpful. Like if you want to email the office, you can, attach your resume with it. Like that would be, I guess that will help you. When it comes to virtual shadowing, are we able to include that in our application? So the answer is, I don't know. I don't really know how they're gonna set that up for next year. I'm applying next year too, next cycle. So I don't really know how we're gonna be able to input this, online shadowing sessions. But if I were you, and what I would do personally is just keep track of all these virtual sessions or Q&As that you go to. Write down the name of the doctor, put the hours that it lasted, and just, keep track of it just in case that there's a chance for you to input that information and have it available. But I don't really know. Yeah, worst case, we could put it as extracurricular, or maybe there's going to be, like, I know this year, right, Melina, there was a section for how COVID affected you or something like that. And then you could, you know, write stuff there. So you could put like, oh, I couldn't shadow, but I did this and I did that. And I did, I don't know, 3 hours of Q&As with this doctor and then 4 hours with another doctor. And I joined dental shadowers. And, you know, you can put how you made up for it. And I'm 100% sure that will reflect good on you, you know. And yeah, that's all I have for you today, guys. Do you have any more questions?